Why waste time? Why not kill each other? A great idea. Why don't you all have a fight to the death like Kirk and the Gorn did? And that way, if there are any survivors, they can go make something better than the park. Written and directed by Shal Nago, who has done shorts. This is their feature film debut. And it stars a bunch of early teens, purported to be children, that are basically trying to survive an apocalypse after a virus kills off all the adults, and the only people that are left are children. But once they hit puberty, oh my god, this virus will take a hold of them, and it will either kill them or turn them into something really, really bad. And if you've seen that Star Trek episode, Miri, congratulations. You saw it done better there than it was done here. There are a couple neat little ideas, but the problem is the film is too short to have any of these ideas fleshed out fully and in a proper way, and it's too long for the couple ideas to basically carry a short film concept to full length. Also, it's only like 76 minutes with credits. 76 minutes with credits. It kind of reminded me of Slashback or Kids vs. Aliens. More of Kids vs. Aliens, and I think this is a few minutes longer than Kids vs. Aliens, and now I've said Kids vs. Aliens so many goddamn times it's lost all meaning. But yeah, you have a few people, nobody really of any note. You do have Chloe Guidry, who plays Innes, who is with a kid named Bowie. Nehedrick, Javier, pretty certain I probably totally butchered that name. I do apologize. And they run into Quan, played by Carmina Garay. And there you go. I'm pretty certain I probably mispronounced some of those names. I do apologize. I have nothing against any of the young actors in this, and I'm sure that the writer-director thought that they were doing something pretty neat. And again, a couple neat little ideas, but it really doesn't work at all. This virus destroys everybody, and now they must fight against the elements and against fellow children. They're just trying to protect their turf, so to speak. And also there are, some weird, sinister people in blue cloaks called meanies. Yes, the blue meanies. Do 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 do. If you are a long-time wrestling fan, you will get that. If you are not, you are totally baffled by what I did. Yeah, there isn't really a lot of good acting. There's pretty mediocre writing, and any of the attempts at emotion don't really work. You don't really get connected to the characters, even with some flashbacks. You find out how they came to be and how these particular characters, Innes and Bowie, are connected. And other than that, you don't really get much of anything. I mean, the Quan character's all right. But then we find out that maybe there were no real villains here. Maybe the villains were actually us all along with our actions. Maybe the real villains are the ones we found along the way. Yeah, it didn't work. This didn't work at all. And any of the explanations just kind of made me laugh, because we've seen this done before in any of the different directions it tries to go in comparison to that Star Trek episode Miri, and it just kind of making me laugh. So, not the worst thing I've seen this year, but certainly not something that I would say you need to go out of your way to watch. However, I do recommend if you are going to watch it, pay a few bucks on Amazon, support the artist, because you never know how they're going to grow from here. Don't pirate the movies, watch the movies, rent the movies, put a few bucks towards them. Why not? So yeah, I'm going to get into spoilers, just so you know. 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. Okay. Turns out that Innes is a bit of a tough old girl, because she was harassed and basically forced to get into a group by a guy named Jack. And then she decided to take over the group and kill Jack. Actually, she had Bowie kill Jack. That's how they're connected, because the friends that murdered together stayed together, I guess. They also end up murdering a boy that was playing with toy cars. And it turns out that he was the brother of Quan. But she doesn't know this. Actually, she does, but the characters are so badly written and, one-dimensional at best, that the explanations are like, oh my god, I can't believe it's actually them. They attempt to have a little bit of a romance between Quan and Innes, at least briefly mentioned. Just want to say that right there. They imply it. They don't actually show anything. Probably good, considering these are, at the most, very early teenagers. You really don't need to see that in movies. We already got that in the Romeo and Juliet movie that Olivia Hussey was in. That Hussey. And that was uncomfortable. And we watched that in school. This isn't about Romeo and Juliet. This is about, you need to figure out if you really would let the world beat you down to the point that you just become a savage, or do you have humanity left in you? And then Innes and Bowie end up running into some of the blue meanings after they end up, after Quan ends up dying, because she gets sick and hits puberty and dies. And then they run to the Blue Meanies, and the Blue Meanies are like, wait, we can help you. We're trying to help you. We're trying to stop this apocalyptic virus from hitting you. And then it hits Ines, and she's dead. Oh, wait, no, she's not dead. She's talking to Quan, and she wakes up in the hospital, and it turns out that you remove the larynx, so you can't talk, but somehow that prevents you from dying. Science, bitch. Science. And they did the same thing to Bowie. And then there are other people out there that apparently they need to rescue before they find them. Who's they? Possibly the real evil Blue Meanies. I don't have a goddamn clue. Also, the reason it's called the park is a large portion of it takes place at Six Flags in New Orleans, I believe. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But Kwame was trying to make that park her own and revive the park and all that. That's why it's called the park. That's it. That's the explanation. Yeah, the movie isn't good. It gets an F. Sorry for the efforts involved, but it just wasn't very good to me. That's all I gotta say. Once again, though, if you do watch it, if you watch movies like this, please put a few bucks towards it on Amazon or watch on a streaming service that you pay for. That way, the people involved actually get attention in the right way instead of pirated sites. So agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.